If you've ever missed the perfect shot of a bird taking off or maybe diving or doing something incredible, it probably wasn't because your camera wasn't fast enough. It's probably because you didn't see it coming. Now, birds don't just act randomly. They give off signals pretty much every single time before they're going to do something really important. Takeoff, feeding, calling, even aggression. And once you learn to recognize those signals, you stop reacting and you start predicting. In this video, I'm going to show you the most common bird behaviors that happen right before the action, so you can be ready before that moment takes place.
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is found.
I'm Jeff, and I'm a professional wildlife photographer living in Charleston, South Carolina. I want to welcome you into the channel, and I want to welcome you into today's video as we discuss 7 bird behaviors that you need to know as a wildlife photographer. Now, recently, I was asked a very interesting question. This gentleman approached me and asked, if you could give me only one piece of advice for being a successful wildlife photographer, what would it be? My answer, quite honestly, was pretty simple. I said, if you want to be a successful wildlife photographer, you need a few things. 1, you need to be deeply curious. 2, you need to demonstrate constant patience. And 3, you need to develop your skills of anticipation. This is one of the biggest differences between beginner and experienced wildlife photographers. Beginners tend to always be in a reactive mode, but experienced photographers anticipate. And anticipation is what gets you those shots that feel impossible to capture. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a checklist to make sure that you're fully prepared for your next shoot. One of the most obvious and most missed signals is when a bird leans forward right before they're about to take off. Most birds will do the following just before takeoff. They will shift their weight forward. They might lower their body slightly. They might lock their gaze in a particular direction. These are all your warning signs. You usually have less than a second or maybe a second or two before they launch. And if you start to witness any of these behaviors, you need to already have your camera settings in place for the expected action. You also need to be focused on that spot, and you need to be ready to push that shutter button. If you wait until they start to take off, you're already too late. Let's talk about behavior number 2. When a bird suddenly becomes alert, you'll notice that they often have rapid head movements, oftentimes scanning from side to side. This usually means one of 2 things. A predator is nearby, or the bird is getting ready to relocate. So either way, something is about to happen. So if you see this, don't just keep shooting the same static pose. Prepare for that movement. Continue to closely watch your subject's movements and their subtle cues and be ready. Remember, understanding bird behavior doesn't guarantee you any photos. It just stacks the odds in your favor. This is one that is subtle but incredibly useful. Before flying, birds will often do a few things. One of them includes stretching one wing and then maybe even stretching the other, slightly lifting both wings. They might even ruffle their feathers. It's basically like their little warm-up for pre-flight, and it often happens seconds before takeoff. When you observe this type of behavior, you should be kicking into high alert action mode because it's very likely you now have a countdown. You definitely want to be sure to dial in your settings. You want to be sure to recompose and double check your focal length. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of photographers make in this particular situation is being too zoomed in on their subject. And when the bird opens their wings to take off, the wings are clipped as they extend out of the frame. Zoom out slightly to ensure that if the bird takes off and they open their wings, you capture the entire bird. Make sure you're also in continuous shooting mode. So the minute that bird takes off, you can fire away to capture various poses of that specific moment. This is one that nobody talks about, and many photographers see this and take their eyes off the bird thinking, you know what? Do I really want to sit here and watch this bird poop all over? But pooping is one of the most reliable signs that a bird is about to take flight. Not always, but often enough that you should definitely be paying close attention to the bird when you see them defecate. Now, it might sound a little funny, but they do this to lighten their load before takeoff. Think what you want, but the laws of flight apply to anything with wings. So the moment you see this happen, prepare yourself for that action. And if it doesn't happen within a few seconds, don't take your eyes off the bird thinking it was just a quick bathroom break. I've seen many birds poop and then take off within 30 to 60 seconds, sometimes even longer. This is where the patience part of a wildlife photographer really comes in. And I promise you, the minute you lose your patience and you look away for even a split second, that is the moment that sucker takes off and you miss the shot. When birds fluff up and shake out their feathers, it can mean a few different things. Maybe they're resetting after preening. Maybe they're drying off. Or maybe they're getting ready to move. This behavior is often followed by the bird taking flight, preening sequences, more dynamic movement. If you can capture the bird while fluffing and shaking out, these can lead to some really unique photos. And if you pick up on this cue, it can obviously lead to additional photo opportunities that include texture-rich images, motion in the feathers, transitional storytelling shots. Bottom line, when you see these cues, stay engaged. A lot of photographers stop shooting here, but this is where things often begin. If you're photographing birds like herons, egrets, or kingfishers, this one is critical. When a bird locks its gaze, their head becomes very still. Their body stiffens. Their eyes tend to become very focused, either downward or slightly forward and downward. This is what we call hunting mode. What tends to follow this is a strike, a dive, or some other sudden movement. If you witness these signs, focus on the eye. Keep your shutter high unless you're going for a purposeful motion blur, of course. But don't take your finger off of that shutter. This is where some of the most dramatic shots can happen. When birds start calling loudly or repeatedly, pay attention to their body language. Vocalization is often paired up with puffing up, wing flicking, aggressive posture, and this can lead to a couple of different things: territorial fights, mating behavior, interaction between birds. These are the types of situations that can lead to a lot of action and some amazing storytelling. Start anticipating what the bird or birds might do and how that situation might play out. Make sure you're in continuous autofocusing and be ready for just about anything. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this: birds tell you what they are about to do. Of course, it's never a guarantee. That's why they call it wildlife. It's unpredictable at times, but understanding and recognizing these cues gives you the absolute best chance of capturing stunning wildlife photos. You just have to learn how to read it. Lean forward usually results in that bird taking off. Head scanning usually reflects alert or approaching movement. A wing stretch, usually a pre-flight action. Defecating usually means they are preparing to take off. Feather fluff, transition movement. It's usually something of some sort of action that's about to happen. A locked gaze generally means that they're about to strike, dive, or make some sort of sudden movement. Vocal tension typically means some sort of interaction is about to take place. Earlier in this video, I promised you a checklist to use before you head out on your next shoot. Now, if you really want to take the tips that we've discussed in this video to the next level, then you're going to want to be sure to do the following next time you head out. First, research the location that you will be photographing wildlife in so you have a really good understanding of the subjects that you're going to be likely to see there. 2, once you know what type of wildlife you're likely to see, make some notes about their patterns, their behaviors, their feeding preferences, where they like to hang out, and so on down the line. The more you understand about your subjects, the more likely you are to capture great pictures of them in the moment. Number 3, when you get to your location, you're going to want to strategically choose your shooting position. Don't forget to consider light direction to ensure you're getting the most flattering and creative light possible. Birds like to take off and land into the wind, so also try to position yourself with the wind at your back. Try to position yourself in areas that will help to break up your human form and keep you more concealed. When moving in the field, walk in zigzag patterns, not directly at your subject. Don't stare at your subject. This comes across as very predatory. And when moving, do so slowly. Be sure to keep an eye on your camera settings so that all you need to really worry about is image capture when that moment happens. Don't forget to monitor your composition and zoom length to avoid cutting wings off of your subjects. I hope you found these tips in today's video helpful. Let me know which ones that might be new to you or which ones that you really want to focus on next time you get out in the field, and just drop me a note in the comments below. Hey, if you're looking for a powerful photo editor, then I highly recommend that you go and check out DxO Photolab 9. This is the software that I personally use and trust for all of my photo editing, especially because of its industry-leading noise reduction and their AI masking tools that really just help to make editing much faster, more precise, and also more consistent. Now, if you would like to try it out for yourself, use the link that I've provided down in the description. If you decide that you want to go ahead and move forward with purchasing it, don't forget to use my code Magnolia at the time of checkout. This will save you 15% off on your purchase. You can also feel free to download their 30-day free trial. This allows you to try out the entire program risk-free with absolutely no restrictions. And if you really want to get the most out of Photolab, well, you need to check out my DxO Photolab Mastery class over at magnoliaphotographysc.com/store. Link in the show notes for that as well. But in this course, I walk you through pretty much everything from how to properly apply noise reduction and sharpening, and we kind of go through all those AI tools that are so much fun to use and can really take your photos to the next level. Course even includes some freebies like my full DxO preset collection for wildlife portraits, nature, and landscapes. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to spend it with me and talk a little bit more about bird behaviors and how we can get better photos out in the field. I hope you enjoyed this. And before you head out, you might want to think about checking out this next video right here.